So today, what I'm doing is getting the sprayer ready now to side dress. Just like you saw in the last video, second to last video, or third, I don't know, whenever these get posted, where I was flipping these triple bodies to be able to side dress with, or wow. Maybe I should talk first instead of actually doing. I was flipping the triple body nozzles, triple nozzle bodies. Wow, if I can actually talk. To be able to spray with. Now I'm doing the same to flip it around to actually be able to install my homemade drop hoses. So it's really rather simple. This body will be capped off, and then obviously I'll add the drop hoses from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip these all around. All of them get flipped, even if they're gonna be getting capped off. Essentially, I know where my capped off ones are because they already have the cap on them, and the rest will get the drop hoses. So really simple. The corn, I don't know yet. It's further along than I had expected. In my mind, I was going to wait another 2 weeks to make sure that it was good and tall before coming out and doing this, or in side dressing. But I'm kind of worried it's going to be too tall for the setup. Sprayer not so much, but the getting the tractor through. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll get some more, give some more explanation of just what all I'm doing. So I got my stockpile of drop hoses as well as my orifice discs. Oh, orifice disc. So all I do is put the orifice disc down in the quick connect hat cap, and voila. And like for these, the row will be on this side, and this 20-inch spacing is actually going to go right next to it. And then yes, this is on the same inner pass, but then the other row will be right here. So I like it because it is putting the 28 directly next to the row. It's not on both sides like a wide drop, but I've had really good luck with it. So only 32, so 30 more and get to it. Well, it's July 19th today. June 18th, June 19th today. Maybe it's just my excitement for getting the sprayer, or in this case, the side dressing rig, out and going, and gonna see if I can do anything. We'll see. So at the very least, this video will be getting it out, making sure all the orifices, all the drop hoses are working correctly. And I have some changes I'm planning to make that I think will be for the better. We'll see, but time to get it out. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. I don't think so. What I'm doing right now is I do 3 feet of this steel braided 1 1/4 inch tubing. I drill a hole across the top to feed a zip tie, and then I feed it up the existing length of the drop hose over top of the automotive clamps, and then up to the top. So then what you have is a more rigid and heavier drop hose. Not too heavy that I think it's going to cause any damage to the outlets, but when you compare, I did this so they didn't break, but the problem is then they do ride up just a smidge, so seems like it will work well. Got 12 more to do.
About what you said in the car.
Oh, what you making?
Yeah.
That's good. You having fun in there?
Can you act like it's a surprise?
Oh yeah.
A surprise?
Yeah.
To act like you're really excited that you really didn't have it.
Oh, I am really excited. That's like my favorite.
I know.
And the fact that you were helping make it. That's good.
I heard the kilograms that you already knew.
Well, because she had told me already.
She has?
Well, I think because when I asked her if it was okay to have a Friday, she's like, yeah, because Hudson and I can make, because I actually sent her the recipe. So what I end up doing is measuring out 3 feet of tube, and that's mostly because I was able to buy 100 feet and I need 33. So I mostly cut it with that, but then because it is the wire braided, if I get these correct, do that. I'm gonna quick do 4 right now. So there's 1. I found I'm on a bit of a time crunch. I'd like to get going to open up some capacity to start doing, but I'd rather get this done right. So there's 2. Three. There's 4. Then just what I do is go through with the drill. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then I grab 4 zip ties and I'm ready to go. You can see, and as they've been on here, they've been straightening up, but to me, much more rigid than the previous iteration. I still like my design, and these are still much cheaper than Y-drop, so, or buying them, so I'm still happy. This was about $1.50 a foot, so what is it? $4.50 $4.50 per row, which I guess adds up after 32 rows, but still, Y-drops are like 500 a row. They're built heavier, so it is what it is, but I think these will be a nice iteration of V version 4 or 5 of what I've done, so not bad. Let's see what we have going on. So I'm gonna do my test field, and I'm gonna be doing I'm just gonna say 28% because it is a bit of a mix, but it's fine. And then what I need to do is go into my controller speed input, and I want it to be manual speed. I'm gonna say going 4 miles an hour, because with doing 32 rows, it's probably more what it's gonna be. So, I'm gonna say I want about 40 gallons per acre. I'll do this 55 just to test it. That's fine. So now what I have to do is turn my pump on. And if I remember what, gotta take off. So, and I want it at 40 to start out with. They turned on. No flow yet. Okay. What do I gotta remember to do? This is always the joy of troubleshooting right off the bat, is remembering what. So, okay. I'm gonna get out there and do that. It was an easy one. My hydraulic. Need to go on the other side. I'm at an angle, so I can't get a good push at it. Well, before I can officially say I'm all ready to go, the last step into getting the sprayer ready is to export my prescriptions from SMS and get them into the AgLeader. So thankfully it's pretty easy. I say that. Let's get some brightness up on this thing. So I have all my prescriptions. This is actually my field summary of the prescriptions. So for instance, the one field, Ferry the Barn, is going to get 28%. It was planted with the Nutrien 2x2, which actually was higher in nitrogen slightly less in phosphorus, but it's going to be 8.4 acres. Average, I'm going to put 32.5 gallons on. Max is 35. You'll see some of these other ones. So my Milner's property, 17 acres, and put 44 on, 48 as the max. So if I can remember how I do this, so pretty sure I do device setup. I have harvest. So AgLeader, we're going to add a new, and we're just going to call it, because I did plant 2025, then variety tracking. So actually, let me do that. Let me edit the existing one. So this is actually called Sidedressing Setup. I would like all my fields, resource tracking, I don't need to do that, product setup, 28%, and spatial. So this is where I'm going to remove last year's prescription, and I'm going to do this year's. So I'm going to add it in, I'm going to say OK. And I want to export it to display, which is my AgLeader, Integra, export to selected display, and I want to get it to my flash drive. There we go. So this is going to say what is the default. So I am actually going to say this is actually where I may use $6,100 divided by 150 acres. So my average is about 40. I'm going to bump that down because most of the time my default is going to be slightly less. So my grid size is going to be 80. My default is going to be 80 by 80. So if I'm going north and south, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to say 35 gallons per acre is my default. So there it is on my flash drive. So now, what I should be able to do, for one, I'm going to close out of this, suspend event. I'm going to go back in here, put my display GPS back on. That's fine. So now I'm going to select event, and I'm going to say I want to do the big field. Pond large, almost 40 acres. Okay, so I started the event, but now what I got to go into is RX. And navigate down. Apparently my flash drive had a lot of stuff. 6/19/26, that's the date today, not July. Okay, so that actually shows what I want to be doing. Obviously the middle of the field is a bump up, and there's areas that are less. So if I do that, then it's going to be basing it off from the what I need to be putting, so, and not the 40 and 55 that I had before. So I appreciate you following along on this video. Next thing what I'll be doing is actually getting the sprayer full and getting out in the field. It's gonna be a good feeling. I need to walk the fields just a little bit first just to see what it's looking like condition wise, but if it looks good, I'm gonna get out and doing 32 rows at a time. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, always feel free to comment. I appreciate those. So next thing will be spraying, side dressing 28%.